Hi guys, it's Kelly at Lost Girl Reads. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be walking through my Witchy Bujo, also known as a Witchy bullet journal. So I'm relatively new to this practice. It's not something that I've practiced for a long time or anything like that, but it's something I am trialing at the moment. And I just started it this week. It's all set up and everything for this month and all that. And I just thought, while I'm here, I might as well take you guys along with me for the ride and see if it is something that I really enjoy the practice of. Because I have been watching lots of other YouTubers' videos on witchy bullet journals, and I really do love the practice, and I find them so entertaining to watch, so I thought that maybe I'd give it a go myself. Anyway, while after all that little introduction, I thought we might as well just dive straight in. So this cover is from W.H. Smith here in the UK, and it's a beautiful cover. It says "Wish Upon a Star" on it, and it has loads of little stars all over it. Absolutely stunning. I have some grid spacing guides here from the journal itself. And I also have these little stickers from Kenji here in the UK. Dorothy is my favourite character because she's like a little witch. And here is the journal. So this is a Yop and Tom journal. I got it off Amazon. It is dot grid, 160 GSM paper. And I absolutely adore these journals. I think they're such good quality. Put my pen to the side. And this one is, I think it was called Tarot or something. It's like a hand coming down to a moon. It's beautiful. So the journals open up with a name page that I haven't filled in yet. I do want to do some stamping, so I might stamp my name there. And then there's a key and a colour code for your journal, but I don't really use that. You also have an index already pre-made into the journal, which I think is amazing. I'm looking forward to filling all that in because every single one of these pages are numbered. And they also have a little plus sign to mark the centre of the page as well. And then we go straight into the journal. So I haven't filled this page in yet. I'm thinking that this page will be a book blessing. Maybe I'll name the journal as well and just write their name at the bottom. I don't really know what blessing I'm going to use for this page yet, but that is my intention with it anyway. And then we go into my future log. So, of course, a freaking ice cream van turns up in March of all times. But the only tools I use to make this bullet journal is a biro, some stamps and washi tape. And some highlighters. That's pretty much all I use. But this is my future log, so this is everything that is happening in each of the months of the year, of course. As you can see, I don't really have much in there at the moment, but with appointments and things when they come in, I'm guessing it will like build up and build. Then we have my 2024 tarot and themes. So every single month of the year has a box with my tarot card in, and I'm going to generate a theme for that month. Basically a phrase or something that will carry me throughout that month. And March, my card is the Fool, and it is strive for passionate freedom. That is my goal. I didn't do January and February because, of course, I've only just started this journal, but I am hoping to continue this practice and maybe have a reflection somewhere at the end of the month to reflect on the actual thing. Or I might do that in my book of shadows. I'm not sure. Next, we have my tarot tracker. So I have a ritual tarot journal, which you might have seen on my channel previously. But the goal for this is to mark off every single tarot card whenever I pull it, to try and notice any patterns or stalker cards or anything like that. I'm not noticing much at the minute, but there is some that have been pulled more than others. So we have the majors here. We have Wands, Cups, Swords and Pentacles. And then we get onto my word of the year. So I pick a word of the year every year, usually based on my yearly tarot card. So my yearly tarot card this year is the Star. So I wrote a little passage about the star here. And based off the Star card, I pulled out the word hope. And I wrote the definition of the word hope there as well. So it's really simple. These designs are very, very simple, but I am enjoying the process of journaling in them and filling them in at the moment. Let me move that scrap bit of paper out the way. This is my Witchy TBR. So I do have a reading journal that is completely separate to this, and it is primarily based on fiction that I want to read. So I decided to do a Witchy TBR for all the witchcraft books I want to read this year. I decided to only pick 12 and then see how we go. I'm currently reading Your Tarot Court by Ebony Dawn. I've recently purchased The Wiccan Guide to Self-Care. And another one I'm really excited to read is The Crooked Path, an introduction to traditional witchcraft. So yeah, that's my Witchy TBR. I'm expecting to put the rating down the side of each of the images as well. And then we have my Sabbats. I apologise if I'm getting through this quite quickly, but they're very simplistic spreads as I'm only just getting started. So hopefully this is still a good video to post. We shall see. So here's the Sabbats. I of course missed in bulk now as I'm filming this during March time, but here is a list of all the Sabbats in the year, and what I'm going to do is fill them in of what I did for that Sabbat, how I celebrated, so then I can actually see if there's any patterns or any links between the actual Sabbat themes and things towards what I'm actually doing to celebrate. Ostara is actually next week, so I'm looking forward to filling that one in. I think I'm going to make some cakes and do a tarot reading. We shall see. And then we get onto the last spread of my yearly spreads. This is my self-care bingo. I'm someone who suffers with a lot of mental health conditions and things like that, and I'm not very good at practicing self-care, which I'm hoping to rectify by doing this. So I wrote a list of loads in these boxes. I wrote a whole load of things that I like to do that could be seen as self-care. So we have things like write a story, watch my favourite TV show, do a tarot draw, play video games, read a book, you know? But the purpose of this page is to do this for the intention of taking care of myself better, not just because it's something to fill the day, you know, it's like intentional self-care activities. So I'm going to take a photo while I'm doing it, and then I'm going to stick that photo over the thing and then write the date and what I did as an act of self-care on the other side of the page. And hopefully by the end of the year we'll have bingo. Next up we have my March page. So I didn't do a cover page for this month because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. But I'm thinking the next month I might do a vision board for the month based on my theme or something like that. Just something to separate the months out. But this is my calendar spread. I have goals down the side for the month. And I got this from Jessica and the Moon. Previously known as Jessica the Story Witch, I believe. And what she used to do with her monthly spread, she used to pick a deck, a herb and a stone or something, and I thought I'd use the illustrated crystallary, bestiary and herbiary. So that's these cards here, and here's one of them. These are the backs, and what I thought to do was to pick a card for each one from each deck and just write them down, you know, just something to like give a little monthly reading here. And there is a lot of good links. There's things like Restoration with Peridot. I've got Let Go with the Black Snake for the bestiary. I've got Oats Just Be for the herbs. And I also picked the Moon Witch Tarot to be my deck of the month. I've got my Strive for Passionate Freedom here at the bottom and the Fool at the top. And what I'm filling in this is basically my plan for my YouTube channels, and I'm also marking off how long it takes me to finish a book. So I'm currently reading a book called In the Blink of an Eye, which I haven't wrote down yet because I haven't finished it yet. But it has taken me quite a long time, so I'm hoping to finish it here, which is today. But we'll see. And then we have my weeklies. So my weeklies are... I've never been very good at keeping up with weeklies in bullet journals. I just find them really boring spreads and I just don't care enough. So I wanted to do something that was really intentional and really fulfilling and something interesting that I keep wanting to go back to. So I have my weekly activities here down the sides. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday down there. And then underneath that we have my weekly tasks. And I basically just colour in the heart whenever I accomplish those tasks. But I have a little flip out here that is for gratitude for the week. Because I do want to try and be a bit more intentional with my life and with my living. So I have a list that I'm making as the week goes forward of gratitude, which I'm finding really, really helpful. And then on the other side, we have everyday magic. So that's a little different to gratitude. Gratitude is obviously what you're thankful for, but everyday magic is something that brings that little sparkle in your eye, you know, that you see and you think, wow, that's truly magical. So I've only got 3 at the moment. I've got the sweetness of a caramel latte, you know, like that's something that gave my eye a little sparkle that day and just made me like, wow, this is really cool. Aaron's laugh and smile. So Aaron is my partner and I absolutely adore his laugh and his smile. I think they're magic, you know. So I wrote that down, and I also had the exact same tarot reading on Tuesday and Friday with the same deck with the same cards in the same placement, which I thought was fascinating, so I wrote that down as well. It's just things like that, you know. And then on the other side of the spread, I have my reflection for the week. So I might stick a little picture and reflect on how the week went, whether it was good, bad, whether I strive for that passionate freedom that week. I also have a shopping list of things I wish to purchase, because I always go like, oh, I wish I owned that, and then completely forget, and it just never happens. So I want to write it down. I've done really well. As you can see, I got paid this week. And then we also have something I listened to that caught my eye, something I played, like a video game or a board game, and something I read that really caught my eye. And we of course have little Kenji stickers here as well. And then we move on to the next week. So this week is all set up, ready to start tomorrow. It doesn't really take me very long to set up either, because most of it is stamps. So I'm really grateful that I picked something that was interesting and really easy and quick to set up. And then I of course have to do one more week after that, I believe. Yes, one more week, and then we can get started on April, which I think I am going to do a vision board to summarize the month before we get started. But yeah, that is my witchy bullet journal so far. It's let me put this piece of paper back. I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it really helpful and interesting to like get me through the day and keep me on track, keep me thinking of those little wins throughout the day. I'm really enjoying that. I know it's not the most witchy style thing other than the Sabbats and my tarot, but I am hoping to study astrology and incorporate that into my day. Maybe I'll do some deity work in here as well. That could be really interesting, some deity work trackers. Or when did I last clean my altar? When did I last chat to deity, chat to chat to the tarot, chat to all the other things. You know, if you have any ideas of what other spreads that are kind of witchy that I could use in my journal, please let me know in the comments down below. But if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this content. It keeps my channel going and growing. And I'll see you all next week, guys. Maybe I'll do some more bullet journal videos in the future. Bye, have a good week.